All right, guys, so we've been soaking for what, a week since that last video, and let's give her another shot. Oh my gosh, we're even worse. No turning back now. I feel like I moved her and then I got her stuck again. She definitely moved a little bit more than last time. You believe it? It's a freaking miracle. Oh man. Holy crap. So we're pretty good. We're getting there now. I did 4 days, well, if you followed the first video, I did, pulled all the push rods out of it so you don't bend those because I wasn't sure if it was valves or rings. Because I've done, if you've seen my old 67 Cornet video back in the days, I had the same problem. I got a big old pry bar on it and I was thinking rings and it was valves. So what did I do? Marvel Mystery Oil. About 4 hours later, I put all the pressure on it that I could. My valves were stuck and it just bent my push rods. My motor was free, but my valves. All right, so let's just go back and forth because I'm about 3/4 of the way around and then I just stopped right at the top of the cylinder. I know that's where it is. It almost reminds me of that chopper where it stopped at the top of the cylinder. But this thing was completely jammed, locked, well, stuck. I want to keep saying stuck because everybody was reminding me locked is something different than stuck. So this motor was stuck. But at least with that chopper, the piston would go all the way around and it would stick at the top of the cylinder. So I knew, I kind of had a feeling it was, well, I didn't know what it was at the time, but I felt like I could make that one happen. This one here, I had a 1/4 inch each way and it was done. But now I'm getting 3/4 of the way around, so let's just keep on working it. It's raining Marvel Mystery Oil. That's a good sign. I don't like getting my shop all nasty, but I'll take it. made it. It's game on now, sucker. All right, well, I Marvel Mystery oiled the whole top of the car, which I'm not even crying about it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna wipe it off, and let's get them push rods and the rockers back in here. And I guess we could really just start now. Now I'm in front of my schedule. My hat looks horrible. So now I'm in front of the schedule, and now we can start seeing if she's getting fire. We can play all the games and see what's going on. Put a battery up to her. Get that stupid filter. I hate these gas filters, guys. They leak all the time. Let's get a real filter on her. Let's get some plugs in her. Let's plug her. Let's plug her real good. And I need to drain the gas out of the tank. It smells like straight varnish, the usual. I don't know. What do you think we should do? Should we just leave me a comment if you think I should just go ahead and try to fire her right now? Or should I do plugs, do all the right things? I don't know, man. I'm excited because I really want to see if this motor's gnarly. That's why I was so hesitant on getting my buddy's motor if worse come to worse and changing it out, because that's just a stock motor. I think this thing might have something. I don't know. I don't know. It might be stock. I don't know. All right. Let's get it in there. Let's get these rockers on it. Let's go. Not laying in Marvel Mystery Oil. This reminds me of that roadkill episode I watched the other night. Them guys put a diesel engine in the in like a Ford Torino wagon, and that thing, they blew a head gasket. Oh man, that thing was shooting oil all over. It was, I don't know how they worked on it, man, but there was this young guy, man, in the diesel shop. He was no joke. He was badass. He knew his crap, man, with some diesel. He'd get down and get dirty with that diesel motor for the roadkill guys, man. He was, I just love seeing these young guys that are, I mean, you could tell that dude had the drive, man. Let me know if you guys seen that episode. They drag raced two diesel cars. They raced against a Galaxy, like a 67 Galaxy. He had a diesel in it. And then they raced their Torino after they did all the horsepower upgrades, new turbo, new fuel injectors, new springs, all that kind of stuff. I'm not really a diesel guy, but I know diesels can get down. And that was a good episode, man. All right, guys, if you're having a header clearance issue like I am, where I gotta straddle this car and then I gotta play the awesome music for you, use a hose, put it on the end of the plug, and then you're able to twist it down in there. That's what I'm gonna try on this one, because I'm over here straddling it again, trying to get this plug started, and it's just not happening. So we went to this old school trick. All you guys, all you old schoolers, I know you know this one. And then maybe you don't have to straddle the fender. Well, you may still have to straddle the fender. There. So now to get it out, you may have to straddle the car. It's all right. Showing it a little love and appreciation. But to get it in, if your threads are all nice and clean, you're good. So we're down to last plug here. I always like to just, if it's a car that I'm really kind of not in a big hurry to get going, and you always look at the end of the plug, because through shipping and all that stuff, these things get dropped and it could smash that little end there and close it together. So I like to just kind of look at it. If it looks good, I'll put it in, but if I'm not in a hurry, I'll go ahead and gap it one more time. Just make sure it's, really legit. Hey, good morning, guys. Beautiful North Carolina, chilly day, 38 degrees. Nice, crisp day out, but it is a little cool. So we're running the torpedo heater, which I like that torpedo heater, but it burns up some kerosene now. I'm up at the gas station about, once a week. All good. So yesterday we left off, we got the motor turning. We put some new plugs in her, and I went to fire her up and no spark. So my buddy Brad came over, reminded me that I have an MSD box that I forgot I even had. And that's usually how I get around these electronic boxes on these old Mopar. I'll just grab my MSD box. Well, it's been a while since I've done one, so I just forgot that I had an MSD box outside. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab that. We'll twist some wires up and see if we could get some spark. We get some spark, throw some fuel down her throat, and we'll see if this bad boy is as peppy as it looks, or sounds as good as that it looks. I don't know. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, so we're just about all hooked up with the MSD box. And my buddy Brad's coming. You get to meet him. He's the one with all the blower cars. And he always likes to stop by, give a hand, likes to hang out with poor boys. And he's real good with cars too. So we'll continue hooking this up, and we see what we got going on.
From my winter hell, I've got candles and candy. I can be your daddy if you only let me creep into your prison cell. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your treasure's seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say, just find your way.
All right, got the new fuel pump in. Had to do some crazy stuff on the alternator. It was spaced out funny. I've had this trouble all the time on these cars. These alternators, man, on Mopar got like 2 spacers on them, and then if they don't sit straight, so that took me about an hour to figure that one out. Anyway, cutting spacers, and so let's go ahead and put some power to it, and let's just see if she's gonna pull fuel now that I got that new fuel pump in. And keep in mind, the guy who had this before me put a electric fuel pump on the firewall, so Brad and I were like, hey, we'll just use that. That didn't work either, so had to do a new fuel pump, and let's see what she's got this time. If I could pull fuel, I know we're gonna be good, and then we'll see how bad she's backfiring and all the stuff that comes along with trying to dial these things in. just don't think it's getting fuel now. Oh no, it is getting it. That's a timing issue right there. Don't like it. I could probably set this on the floor now. Get it out of the way. I think it's pulling fuel now. Okay, yeah, I see it getting fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and fire up again and see. This time, it should stay running. Just want to know so I can get enough fuel. cam in her.
I said to myself, you cannot wait and see. I didn't know she already had a plan.
All right, guys, Friday. Happy Friday. Let's do a walk around. Let me show you what I've been doing all day. Playing musical cars here. I put the 74 Challenger in the bay, and then I got the 74 Sadie over here so I could open the doors and all that stuff and get some stuff done. So we ended up running the MSD ignition box, and I did everything I could to figure out where I could mount that thing in the engine bay, and I wasn't sold on anything. It looked too cluttered, or it wasn't sitting completely flush, so I ended up mounting it in the glove box, which it looks good in there. It's just you got to run the wires long, push them through the firewall, that stuff. It's just kind of time consuming. Anytime you start getting the wiring, it takes forever. So I'll show you that, and what else can I tell you? I know I did a couple other things since I haven't filmed. Let's just show you. So anyway, I just cleaned up all the engine bay. Remember, my problem was this starter relay here. I thought that was my problem because I could start it off my switch, but I couldn't start it off the key switch. So I ended up just replacing that parts, car out in the back, and we're good there. I'll show you that here in a second. I ended up fixing all the burnt wire that was all up in this area last night, and really nothing. I mean, I think there was like 2 that were actually burnt through where you could see the copper wire. Everything looks charred, but it's not burnt through. So I ended up just taping it all off real nice, the best I could. Ran the battery, using my winch battery. I gotta get a battery for this thing. I made the wires as nice as I could. I like doing the zip tie trick. I think I showed you the other videos I've done. But I just like them looking like a nice road. I try to keep them all not touching anything if I can. These ones here I don't really like. And these are just generic wires, so I'm not really too concerned. I just put a little hose over this because they want to rest right on the headers, of course. Let's see. On this side, same thing. I cleaned up some of the AC stuff. I had the old box on the wall. I took that off because I was originally going to put the MSD box right here, but it's just not jiving. It looks crappy, and it won't sit nice because of the ridge. And so anyway, I looked at it probably for about an hour last night, and I couldn't make it happen. So let me show you what I did. All right, so glove box, mounted the MSD right in there, fits perfectly. Oil pressure gauge, I need to, the line was melted, so I bought a copper one, and I'm gonna run that here in a second, and then I'm gonna throw some gas to her, and we're going to see if she's firing, if I got all my wires right on my MSD box. What do we have left here? So we have air shocks, we have slapper bars, you know, for the back, for the rear. More of a nostalgic look. I can't really see this thing really getting down where I get wheel hop in the rear end, but you never know. Sometimes these cars will do that. The ones you don't think are the ones that do it, so, and vice versa. So we end up getting some slapper bars for it. Those always make it look so much cooler too, like a more of a 70s hot rod, in my opinion. We got some slotted mags for the front where the tires won't leak like the ones I have on here now. And then after that, I am going to, I don't know, I guess maybe take it for a rip and then start slowly putting all the trim back on her and the trim around the windows, stuff like that, just to make her look a little more presentable. Trim, they took the trim out of the windows, out of the side, around the wheel wells. Just everything needs to get put back together. So that's where we stand, and we'll see what we got going on here in about 10 more minutes. Later. Dumped about 3 gallons in it, and I just want to see if I can get some fuel going. I want to see if I'm even getting spark off that MSD box. And we'll see what she does. Wonder if any of these gauges even work. I'd be really happy if I could get some fuel gauge to work. I don't know. It looks like it's moving, but it's just on E. But I only put like, maybe I only put 2 gallons in it. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I'm getting spark fired up right off the bat. Hopefully it's pulling fuel. I think my oil pressure gauge is working, I'm not sure. Looks like the needle's stuck. I don't know. Ain't got brakes. I'd get down on this thing too, but I got a freaking hood on the roof, so I can't nail it. Well, didn't like that. I don't think I have my battery terminals. I don't think I have my battery terminals tight. Nope. Man, as soon as you give her a little bit of glove, she just... I think it needs to be re-jetted up, man. It needs more gas. All right, so this thing, that carburetor is just hating life, and I don't feel like cracking it apart and starting to clean out all the little jets and all the little holes. So what I have is I have this nasty little 750 or 6, I think it's 750, that I got when I bought this little Drag Race 350 over in the corner. And I'm sure it's not gonna work, but I'm hoping that it's just plug and play. Oh, you guys missed a good one. I started the car on fire again. I had the camera off. That was always a bonus. I had to actually get the fire extinguisher out. Usually I'll just blow them out, you know. This time I had Jaden go run and grab the fire extinguisher. And of course, I had the fire just about out. And at the last minute, the fuel pump pumps a little more gas out of the tube, man. And just, there it went again. Woof! And I got a feeling that's how the fire started in the first place on that car. Shot him, mate. Door came open. Oh, I messed my yard up. All right, let's go for a ride. Damn, he's always riding my way. Sucks about the gas gauge don't work. A little disappointed in that. Feels good with that Holly on there though. That real Holly. Like it's real snappy. It almost feels like that Roadrunner. Smooth. Well, the steering wheel's a little off, but oh, you know what? Because the tires aren't holding a lot of air. I gotta change those out. And it needs to be washed bad.
And it needs to be cleaned out.
Yeah.
Pressure wash won't take that much.
Can't see with the sun right in my face either. It's all that stuff in the back. I don't know what that noise is. Brakes. Oh. Needs air shocks. It's rubbing on the fender, I think. Can't go that far. It wants to twist down like that. Needs a little more. Oh, I know what it is, dude. The lug nuts. I don't have them lug nuts tightened enough. That's what that is. Yeah, it's wobbling. Then when I was getting down on it, it was loosening them up. Totally forgot about that. It looks good. It's got a good stance on it. I think it just needs lug nuts and the air shocks. Might be rubbing on that tire. I don't know. We'll figure it out. This dude just takes my car and rolls. Better be careful, sucker. Gets down, don't it? Yeah.
I just wanna stay like